the election but the rest were blinded.
Today's the day that part of LA died, and it's been a tough day, and I know I'm gonna shed a lot of tears in days to come. And right now it's kind of, you're around a lot of people, but when you take those moments and you're by yourself and you really start thinking about it, it's hard to imagine that he's gone.
The fact that he had daughters and I was playing sports growing up and he was our icon, and the fact that he was trying to push that this was going to be your next icon and she was his daughter, and that's how I could relate. I just appreciated that he cared so much about women's sports, and that was outside of basketball. That's just what I really, really appreciated about him.
Everybody's in grief, everybody's mourning, everybody has respect for this man and his family and his daughter. It's painful. We really lost somebody legendary today.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Ruka Hakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. I want to go in this video once again, just trying to touch on this, these idols, these athletes, because that's all they are. They're a form of idols, or some people would call them icons, okay? And this man in this system, and this is for brothers that's in the know, that's in the truth. You understand that everything of this system this man is set up is on the left-hand side and is pretty much wicked, okay? Now, I'm not at all against watching sports, okay, and because of the competitive nature, you know, but that's not the end goal. That's not where our focus, you know, really needs to be, okay? This guy, Kobe Bryant, was an athlete, okay? And he did what he needed to do to make money at a top level, and it made him money, okay? And people tend to they overindulge in athletes because of the hype of the media. It's all fake when you really look at it, you know? This man wasn't some scientist that invented some new medicine to help heal you from cancer, you know. But I've noticed that people would put more energy and more focus into an athlete or someone who dies that was their favorite on the, you know. It's just like the media in this society. This is nothing but Rome. They've used sports, you know, the sports world, as another form of entertainment, and people are overindulging themselves in entertainment. And all he was a man that put the ball in the hoop, you know. So I'm listening to the interview. The lady said he was an icon. He was for women and sports, and like sports is all America got. You know, Esau is the one that made America, the sports world, made it so, you know, you get a contract, you sign $1 million contract. This is because the white man wants his entertainment. It's how he makes his money. So they want the best of the best. So what are they telling you? You can get out of school. Some of these guys come right out of high school, go right into the NBA and sign the contract, which I'm not in disagreement if you're able to do that. I'm not saying not to do that. But the end goal for us as prophets is to keep our eyes on the prize. This is not the prize, okay? This is just showing how inconsistent, or the priorities that this place has, that is off. Let's get a scripture. Timothy 4, looks like 4, 1 Timothy 4, verse 8. Okay? This is 1 Timothy 4 and 8. Because our eyes should be on the prize to the kingdom. And they'll use, which I believe it was a killing, but they'll use this as a distraction to, with all this stuff going on with Trump and everything going on, people are just distorted. They don't know what's going on, man. 1 Timothy 4 and 8, it says, for bodily exercise profiteth little. Now, does that mean not to exercise and take care of yourself? No. This is also going into these sports. They don't profit you nothing. Half these athletes, they get rich, especially NFL players, they're in pain, or boxers, they can't even talk. Well, by the time they hit a certain age, they're barely able to talk, from the beatings that they take. Okay? I'm not at all against boxing. I even watch boxing. Okay? I don't watch today's NBA like that. It's different. Okay? It's not, it doesn't have the same competitiveness to it. But I'm just making a point, This guy, Kobe Bryant, was an athlete. That's it. He was an athlete. He had a so-called special gift of being able to put the ball in the hoop. Okay? But as prophets of the Lord, let's say a nuclear bomb went off right now. Everybody would forget about Kobe Bryant. I guarantee it. Let's say a big megaton bomb just went off. Everybody would forget. And see, this is the thing with the Lord is, why the Lord is bringing judgment, At the end of it all you people that say, yelling Kobe, 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 well, the Most High took them. And a lot of people saying, well, it's his time, the Lord calls him. But they always talk about the Lord. They always talk about rest in peace and the Lord. And he's gone to be with God. But these people do nothing to show that they care about the Most High God. You know what they do? They make up their own theory on God. All of them in agreement that he's up in the spirit world. Even though the majority of them believe in hell. But somehow, because Kobe was a good basketball player, he's in heaven. And they always say, don't judge. You can't judge me. You can't say what God's going to do. But they always say when anybody dies, they all going to heaven. This is what everybody says. Okay? Anyway, this woman said that Kobe was an icon. Let's look up icon. Okay? Which is more like an image. Okay? Let's go on down. It says icon. It says here, it says image, a graphic symbol. Well, let me go on down. A conventional religious image, typically painted. Okay, it jumped. Okay, a widely known symbol. A person who is very successful and admired. Okay. So why aren't these people admiring Yahushua, man, or the prophets? A person very successful, admired. A religious image, usually painted on a small wooden panel. A small picture or symbol or computer screen that represents a function. So they're painting them on pictures. They're throwing up big signs, yelling Kobe, Kobe. That's what they're doing. And they don't even have a clue what the hell they're doing. But they all supposed to love God, right? Okay, it says right here, it says idol. Okay? Idol. So let's go to idol. A object of extreme devotion, a representation or symbol of an object of worship. And this is what you're doing when you're dealing with worshiping idols. Now, I would say, well, Michael Jordan is a great basketball player, Magic Johnson, and I remember the history of the world when I was watching all that stuff, sports, But they're not my idol, okay? I don't worship them. Okay? You want to worship somebody, you worship the Most High and His Son, okay? Or if you want to go deeper into the Word, you want to reference somebody, you reference these men that's been pushing 20 years, man, 30 years. That's a more of an idolizing of worship to a degree, I'm not here saying that you put any man over Yahweh and Yahushua. I wouldn't say that. But when you look at worship, it just simply means to reference someone who's been doing this work. I mean, I can idolize, or let me say, I can worship on a level of someone who's been doing this longer than me or not as long. I might have some type of good feeling about this person, what he's able to do. Hey, this man, he could go into the scriptures real well. But the Lord says, that's why he says false gods, false idols. Okay? So whatever the Lord set up, everything under what the Lord set up is okay to acknowledge. Okay? Everything the Most High sets up. He set up men to bring this word out. That's something to acknowledge. That's something to be a form of starstrucking. That's worthy of looking up to. That's just my opinion. That's worthy of looking up to. And I'm not trying to make a video to, man please on some other levels. I'm just making an in generalized statement. You look up to people who doing the right thing for your salvation. Now in the world, understandably, but I've seen brothers even in the truth kind of go crazy over certain sports situations, and it's not necessary because they're just there. They're making their money. They're doing what they're set up to do, and our goal is to get to the kingdom. Our goal is to prophesy. Our goal is to tell you what's coming. That's where we need to focus. I don't want to focus on Kobe Bryant. This is like almost a weekend. It's, the news, the media, the hype. Meanwhile, Trump got all kinds of shit going on, man. Psalms 97:7. Confounded be all they that serve graven images. And that's what these people are doing. That boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods. They call these people of gods, which the Israelites are gods, starting with the elect. Them being able to do what they do, to jump out of the ceiling, twist and turn. Larry Bird called Michael Jordan a god in shoes. That's what he said. So these are examples. And I believe that seeing these athletes are an example to us, to show the trueness that the Most High never lied about Deuteronomy 7:6, about the special people, which really in general we are, okay. But what we're able to do as Israelites, man, these sports and this entertainment just pretty much shows it, okay. It just pretty much shows it. Deuteronomy 5:8, it says, thou shalt not make thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. See, our people want to worship. They want to have something to worship. Okay? Sweet Jesus ain't working no more, so they got to get another God to worship. Our people just love worshiping gods. Different gods. But the Holy One of Israel, our people won't worship. Okay? Our people won't worship what the Most High set up. They won't follow the truth. You know what our people do? They'll eat crabs and shrimp and lobster and pig and say it was all written by man. The book was written by man. We can eat what we want. We just pray over it. These people, what they do is they make an excuse according to their will to do whatever it is they want to do. They just find an excuse to go ahead and worship crabs, to eat crabs and shrimp and lobster. They don't care. And you tell them the truth about the Bible, the only thing they'll say is it's written by man. That's what they say. They say they love God, they go to church, they pray, they song and dance, but it's written by man. That's crazy. Whole point of this video, Lord willing, is edifying, is that Kobe Bryant is just an athlete. You know, he wasn't a Martin Luther King, even though he was wicked, but he wasn't no civil rights activist, you know. It wasn't anybody, and this shows that they've managed to make athletes of importance on other levels. He wasn't somebody that did brain surgeries and planted people's hearts and kidneys and lungs. You know, one of them died. You might hear a little clip on the news. Okay, they might give him a short clip ceremony. And what happened to these other people? Their families and the other people that also perished in that helicopter. They are nothing? You know? That'll tell you the hypocrisy of this place. It was all about Kobe Bryant. Then they kind of mentioned his daughter. They're yelling Kobe, but, the daughter gets a little something. But then what about the other 7 people that was in that helicopter? Not much coverage on them, is it? That's the hypocrisy, man. That's the priorities, the disorder of America, okay? That's all I have on that. Shalom.